Hey, third graders. Today we're going to be looking at fraction bars, which we have at the top that are all divided neatly for us. And then we're going to be using the greater than or less than sign to decide which fraction is bigger, okay? We've done greater than and less than before, but not with fractions, okay? So if I look up at the very top up here, I have 1 whole. That's 1 whole. Then when I go to the next line, it divides it into 1/2 and 1/2, which is the same as 1 whole, isn't it? Notice that all of the bars on the page are the same size, but they're getting divided into smaller and smaller parts as you go down. Just like if you wanted to have a whole pizza by yourself, or if you wanted to share it with 8 friends down here at the bottom, you wouldn't get that big of a piece, would you? Okay, so the chart is helpful today because we're going to be able to look up and then decide which fraction is bigger. So let's look at number 1. I have 1/3. Mrs. Hagen's going to shade that. That's what 1/3, that's 1/3 of the pizza. I'm using pizza as an example, or 1/3 of the bar, or 1/7. Okay, which one is bigger? Well, we can look up at our nice handy dandy chart and see that the 1/1/3 is bigger than 1/7. And every time that that number on the bottom gets bigger, notice it's a 7, it's dividing into more parts. Okay, so if the number on the bottom is smaller, okay, then I get a bigger piece. So I would put my alligator mouth and say that the bigger part is going to go that way, isn't it? Okay, because 1/3 is bigger. So let's do another one. Let's see here if I can take that off. All right, 1/2. Okay, so I go up here, I'm going to use a different color. Looking at 1/2. Shade that. Okay, and then 1/4. So I'm looking at the 2 green ones that I've highlighted now. Which one is bigger? Okay, we can see that 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. So I would take my little alligator mouth and I would make sure that it is going this way, wouldn't I? Okay, hard to see that. Okay, so I'm putting the bigger part of the mouth towards the bigger fraction. Today is great because sometimes you won't have this nice chart up here to look at, and you don't need to color them in like I'm doing. I'm just doing that to show you how it works, okay? So the smaller pieces, when the number on the bottom is bigger, like right here, I've got 8 parts. So when I'm looking at my next problem that I'm going to do, okay, I have either 1/8. Let's highlight that. 1/8 or 1/7. Which one of those is bigger? 1/7 is bigger. Okay, so use your chart to figure out which fraction is bigger. I think you guys will be good at it. It's kind of fun, right? Let's see. And then if you want to pause the video and then meet me on the back side, we just have a little bit to do back there. So have fun with that. Remember, you don't need to color it because once it's colored, then you wouldn't be able to erase it. So maybe put your finger on both of them and then say which one is bigger, okay? All right, meet me on the back side when you're ready. All right, we have add or subtract on the top section. We're good at that, right? Just remember that you borrow when you need to. That's this part right here. I see a plus and then a minus and then a minus and then a plus. So just watch your sign, okay? And then we have 2 where we get to divide and put our dots on the number line. Remember that the bottom number is how many sections I need, okay? So I need to have 3 parts on the line, and we need to make them kind of equal parts, right? So we're going to make them as equal as we can. Okay, I have 3 parts now. 1, 2, 3. That's your first job, is always to look at that bottom number and make that many parts on the line. And remember, the top number is how many times I loop, okay? So my top number is 2, so I need to loop 1, 2. And then your last step is to label underneath the fraction. So I'm going to say 0/3 for the first dot, 1/3, and then I'm going to keep going. And remember, when you get to this one, that's actually 3 over 3, but that means the same as 1 whole, okay, because the whole line is filled up. 3 out of 3 is 1 whole. So you have to 2 over 3. I want you to do one of those by yourself. Okay, so look at your bottom number. Ooh, I see a 4. So I'm going to go right in the middle, okay, and then I'm going to make it, use those other, I'm going to make two parts on each side, okay? You got this. Don't forget to do your looping. All right, let's look at our bottom section. Cross out the proof drawing. We're just going to subtract. Let's read that one together. Mrs. Rozaki has 235 programs to hand out at the concert. So far, she has handed out 72. How many programs does she have left? Draw your line over. And then I have nice spacing to do my subtraction. I got to put the big number on top and take away, lining up my digits, and then I'm ready to subtract. Okay, let's read number 8 together. David buys a package of 375 straws. He uses 182 to build a bridge for a project. How many straws does he have left? Big number on top again, 375. Take away 182. You got this, right? Ooh, look at stretch your thinking. It says, Zane says that 1/8 or 1/8 is greater or bigger than 1 over 4 because 8 is greater than 4. Do you agree? Well, what I might do is I might look at both of these on the other side of my paper and see which one's bigger, okay, because you've got your chart. So you could write down the answer to that, okay? Looks good, guys. And I think we are good for today. Have a super day.